say, should we just do the intro?
Yes.
Hi, I'm Hanna Gerlander.
And I'm Nora Freed.
And you're listening to
High Heels and Punchlines.
Oh, that for me.
That was the best one.
Weight off my shoulders. That was the best one. I think that's kind of.
If that's taking a weight off your shoulders, I think we should do it in the beginning.
Also, because this wasn't a bad thing. I think this is the first time though you didn't laugh during it.
There you go. And
so that was like maybe our most solid one.
Weight off the shoulders and the back, and
maybe the laugh is like part of our charm. They like know it's real and authentic and in the moment.
Yeah, maybe.
I feel like you're mad. I feel like you're upset. Like I thought we were gonna gab before we bring on the guest.
No, I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. I thought you didn't want to. I thought you didn't want us to gab. So that's why I'm like, yeah, maybe. Okay, let's keep going.
No, like I thought we would like chat for a second and then bring on our guest.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Our laughs are always authentic.
I didn't want to gab before we said the intro this time, just to like try out.
So what you're saying is that you want to say the intro, then we gab, then we do the show.
Yeah.
You just want to get the intro out of the way.
Yeah, because I never want to forget it.
Because when you say intro, sometimes I think you mean the summary too.
Oh, no.
And I'm like,
I just mean our tagline.
Oh, then yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
I'm Nora Freed.
I think we did it already. And I'm Hanna Gerlander. Now we're doing it backwards.
Sorry.
Okay, you know what?
I'm so sorry.
No, but also
it's been a long day.
We've discussed
it's been a long day.
These are always decided like on air.
Not Hanna Gerlander.
I'm not Nora Freed. But this is
Friday.
It's not relevant if we're not switched. If we are switched.
I think we would crush it in each other's bodies.
What does that mean? Like, what do you think?
Sorry, I just mean like.
What would you be most excited to be in my body about?
The nannying.
Really?
Yeah, I would have so much fun.
I think I'd have fun having a Y7 membership.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
Yeah. Do you want to do people's stats?
Oh, and also like every time I'm in your bathroom, I'm like always looking at all your products on the shelf. I think it would just be nice to be in that house and have those be my products.
Okay.
And not even like I'm a friend and I'm using them. Like
these are my
products for my body.
As I told you, I'm away next weekend and Memorial Day weekend, and that could be you.
I know, but I would
actually
like
don't really want you using all the Olaplex. It's kind of expensive.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like I want to be you, so that's my Olaplex.
Okay, then I guess I'm buying new Olaplex.
You would just want to switch for nannying? You don't want anything else from my life, my body?
No. I think it would. I think
and I'd be so happy to have big boobs again.
There you go.
I'd be thrilled.
Well, speak of the devil.
No, is that your intro to our guest? Speak of big boobs. Guess who we have with us today?
Oh my God. No.
Should we bring her in?
No. What I mean is, speak of the devil. Guess who I'm seeing tomorrow?
Oh, so it has nothing to do with our guest.
It's nothing to do with our
Someone here
guest.
Forced to stay silent, having no. Who are you seeing tomorrow?
Boobs. Seeing a plastic surgeon.
Oh, I go, whose boobs? Are you so excited?
I'm amped.
Wow. I wish we could Freaky Friday it so I could have your boobs for just a day.
I wish we could Freaky Friday for the surgery.
Like I handle the surgery.
Have the surgery and then
the recovery and then you come back for the new boobs.
Yeah.
I guess if you need
it is gonna be if I do get a breast reduction, which is the plan. I'm sorry, we haven't introduced Christine yet, but which I would love to do. But I do feel like it's going to take away a lot of my personality because I feel like, especially with dating, because I do feel like that's the pull sometimes. Yeah. So I'm going to really know who actually likes me.
I had like an identity crisis when I lost weight and my boobs got smaller. I was like,
but I lost weight and the boobs are not getting smaller. It's really frustrating.
Well, that's why we're hope would happen to me.
That's why we're going to the surgeon.
I know.
But I'm just saying like,
I just wish I could get some of it.
I think there's going to be an identity crisis for a little bit there.
I'll be ready for that.
Okay.
And I'm on the other side of the crisis, like.
Maybe I won't even do it. Maybe I'll just, I don't know.
You have to do it.
Okay, I'm going to do it.
You want it bad, right? You talk about it a lot.
I really, really want, I just don't, if I could just not have boobs, I would do, like, I would just, it would just make my life so much easier. Running, I'm not going to run anymore, but like, it's just like all the women in my family have gotten breast reductions. It's like our thing. And so, like, all my aunts have. Sorry, I don't mean to like.
I feel like Christina's like waiting to talk for us to introduce
so
her.
It's very, very normal in our family to get it, and it's just like.
Do you have a family plastic surgeon?
No.
You don't have like the same
No.
person everyone goes to.
No, but like a lot of the women in my family, we all have big boobs. Everyone's getting reductions. It's like it's the age. So it's
It's
bound.
the
It
age of
was
the reduction.
I know I knew it was going to happen.
And now it's
happening.
coming.
It's coming. It's going to be kind of crazy though.
Anyway, well, we tried now
On that
intro
note,
gabbing, but we have a very special guest in studio.
Really, really special.
And who I feel like was waiting to talk until we introduced
Was
her.
I allowed to talk the whole time?
Yeah, you were.
could've.
Sorry.
Okay. No, I was like, you know
crazy.
what? I was really enjoying just like, it was almost like I was kind of a mime for a sec.
I realized that like Nora had like fully turned to talking to you about the boobs, but you weren't responding. I was like, I wonder if she wants us to introduce her.
I was talking about a plastic surgeon.
I was like, people are going to be confused about who's here.
Yeah, I know. People are going to be confused. They're like, what do her boobs look like? I'm like, they're not big actually. So sorry.
Can I see the second paper while you talk for a second?
Yeah.
But I'll introduce you now properly.
Oh, yeah.
We're trying to figure out when we should gab because we have our tagline and then we have us introducing the episode and the summary, but we also like to just get a little chit chat in before we get going.
Right.
And as you saw today, we're working on the placement of that. So today
And
I
was meaning to tell her about the plastic surgeon tomorrow. It's a big deal. It was hard to get this appointment.
And now
So
you
then
got
now
it.
we got
So
it
this
out.
is- now it's out. And
It's
now
actually
Awesome.
kind of exciting.
Yeah.
But yes, we're very excited about our guest that we have with us today. She's a Brooklyn-based actor, writer, and comedian. She's also a tour guide at On Location Tours. She's got a monthly show called Bad Bitch Cinema Club and a quarterly show called The Outlet. Christine Fiala, did I say it right?
Yes,
Oh
you
my
did.
God, amazing.
Yay.
Christine. Welcome to the show.
Oh my God. Thank you guys for having me.
We're
Sorry, I was
happy you're
mute
here.
for a sec.
No, it's okay.
It wasn't you. It was us.
I just like-
it was honestly me. I'm sorry.
No, what? I
Um,
literally love it.
We love you and we're so happy you're here.
I'm so excited to be here.
Can you, before you begin, can you tell us exactly what tour you give?
Oh, yes, I can.
Thank you.
I give the Sex and the City tour for
This
On
is
Location
amazing.
Tours.
It's crazy.
Dude, so it is such a wild job. And honestly, like,
Mhm.
I'm not going to lie. When I got the job, I actually had really never watched the show.
Mhm.
Okay.
And I wasn't really sure, like, because I just like needed work. So
Right.
I like knew somebody who worked at the company and they were like, yeah. Like, have you watched it? And I was like, pretty much. I've
much.
seen like two
Yeah, yeah,
episodes.
yeah.
And they were
Yeah.
like,
You're
well,
like,
you're
I
gonna
get
need-
it.
Yeah,
You saw
yeah.
like the movie in Dubai. You're like, yeah.
Yes, exactly.
I know the
I'm like,
girls.
Something about New York.
I had like seen the first movie and like two
Yeah,
other
yeah, yeah.
episodes. And I was kind
Mhm.
of like, I don't know. I don't get it.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, I got the job and I was like, well, whatever. Everybody loves it. So like, I'm sure I will love it. And then, yeah, I ended up like watching the whole show and then like becoming so obsessed with it.
Mhm.
And when I first started giving the tours, I was like, oh my God, maybe this isn't going to be fun. Like, it's like, so many women are on the tours. Like, so in that the sheer number of them is like up maximum like 50.
Wow.
And I was
really?
kind of, yeah.
Are you on a bus or on the ground?
We're on a bus.
Oh,
But we
wow.
are on the ground a couple of
Private one?
times.
Can we do a private?
Oh, yeah. Hell
Just you
yeah.
and me? I feel like we could just join a group of
No, yeah. Well, it's crazy also because the tour is
just us on the bus.
no, we have like a small van and it like has the logo like plastered on the
Oh
side.
my
And I'm like,
God.
hey girls, get in the
Get in the
back.
van, get in, bitches.
So who
Exactly.
comes on who does the tour?
I mean, really anyone. It's mostly, it's mostly women. I get a lot of like, my favorites are like mothers and daughters. That's like definitely my
Cute.
favorite. I one time had a group of like 2 sets of mothers and daughters. And one of like the moms was turning 60 and one of the daughters was turning 40. And I was like, this is insane.
Yeah.
They were so cute. And like at one point on the tour, we go to O'Neill's Bar, which is a location from the show. It's Stephen Aiden's bar in the show. So
hot.
yeah. And so we all go there to get Cosmos. And like after we got a Cosmo, these ladies were like telling me everything about their lives. And it was
Wow.
awesome.
And you had your own little episode.
Yes.
Of Sex and the City. Of
No,
the Cosmo
truly.
and the Gossip.
Yeah.
My mom went on the Sex and the City bus tour. Like I remember I was like in middle school and her and her friends went to the city for the day to do that. And I was so jealous. I was so jealous. And they had all
It
those
seems really
all
fun.
their pictures of them on top
Yeah.
of the bus and with their drink. It's it's a perfect girls' day.
It really is. And I originally when I first started it, The girl who was training me, it was so funny. And I actually like, I do stand up about it. And I think you've heard this like story.
Yeah.
But like the girl who was training me, I was like, how long have you been doing this? And she said 7 years. And I was like, oh my God, like that's insane. And then I said, do you like it? And she said, I'm fucking addicted to it. And I was like, what?
But now do you get it?
I honestly get it because I feel like I am too. Because it's such a fun girls' day. I mean, there's
and
lots of like.
It's also like work where like you're interactive. It's different every day. Like it's also revolving around something you ended up being interested in. Like,
right.
What more could you ask for from a job?
Exactly.
Like, kind of ideal.
Yeah. No, it's a lot of fun.
Are there ever days when you're, sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Are there days when you're like, I cannot? I guess everyone has
a
those
lot of
days.
times. Yeah. Like sometimes I'm like, I've done so many, not really at this company, but like a lot of, because I've been a tour guide for like 3 years. So many times I've been like hungover on tours and I'm just like, I actually like, I cannot do this today.
Yeah.
Right.
But most of the time, like I will say, you know, people can be really shitty, but like I would say about solid like 85 to 90% of the time people kind of rock. And
That's
like
awesome.
it's really cool, especially on this tour. Everyone is so into it because the fans, you know,
Right.
the fans, right?
I'm kind of I'm like so happy to hear that like people are still doing the tour.
That makes me really happy.
Because it's like it feels like something that could have died out, you know, when like Sex and the City kind of was done having its time. And even like now it's like, is that something people like our generation are like doing for fun?
Yeah.
I like love that people are still going on this tour.
Oh my God.
And like riding the bus and having their one Cosmo.
They love it so much. And I think that that's also like the fulfilling part of it is like everybody, I've had so many times I'm like, and that's where this happens. And they're like, oh my God, that's like the show. I'm in the show. And I'm like,
I also feel
so
like there's
great.
so many people, like even if you live in New York, like I don't know where certain locations are. Like I would absolutely freak out if I was outside Carrie's apartment. Like I don't know
Perry
where it
Street,
is.
right?
Yep. Perry Street.
Yeah.
Where's that?
In West Village.
Yeah. Yeah.
Take me.
I'll take you.
I guess maybe I'll go on the
Let's
tour.
go.
Actually.
We'll go.
We'll go on the, we'll reserve the bus.
No,
for the
literally.
two of
Private
us.
tour.
Literally do
But
it.
like any TV show, like that's like also such a fun of New York. Is that like and that this show was like a true shot in New York show. Like you could really go to the sets.
I really, and it's funny because I really get on my soapbox on this tour. Well, because a lot of times, like, you know, I'm a comedian and they like fully on these big buses, I get a microphone and I'm like, I'm doing stand up for 3 hours. Like,
Literally.
like,
You are.
one woman show, 3 hours, like buckle up.
Right.
Wow.
Bitches. But yeah.
Sign up for my tour, which is also my residency.
Like, I love
exactly. But I really get on my soapbox about how like, because I'm such a fan of New York, and I really get on my soapbox about how like this show was like so kind of historic to the city, and like city, you know, was coming into the 90s, like out of the 70s and 80s, and like into this new era, everything filmed on location, and no one had really done that. Like Friends was all in, you know, LA. But like Sex and the City is a true New York show, and it truly like it's the New York fantasy. And I like, oh my God, on the tour, people are like, wow, this is like a fucking like dissertation on this
and
show.
you're like, thank you.
We call them
Yeah,
Sex
like,
and the City
You
historians.
could get that message up
Truly.
to other people.
Truly.
That. So
So are you like, sorry, you go?
What? No, I don't. I mean, like, what spots do you go to? Perry Street. You go to O'Neill's.
Yeah.
O'Reilly's or O'Neill's? What is it?
O'Neill's.
O'Neill's.
Yeah. It's on it's like right next to like Little Italy. So it's like a block away from Mulberry, which on the show, little fun fact, on the show, when Carrie, like, I know this is like ahead of, I guess, where you guys are at.
Yeah.
Maybe
okay.
like whatever. When she goes to like visit the bar, she brings Aiden a mulberry bush because the bar's on Mulberry Street. But the bar is not actually on Mulberry Street. It's actually on Grand. So little fun fact.
Wow.
But anyway, yeah, we go there.
Wow.
This will be the whole tour.
Wow.
Like, that's crazy. It wasn't on Mulberry Street. It was on Grand.
Wild.
That's wow. I'm so excited to. Okay, if at any point in this episode, if you're like, up the tour, or do you have any moments like that?
Yes. If
Well,
you
then
could believe.
Should we do the episode highlights and then get into the episode?
Yes.
Let's do it.
So this was episode 8, The Man, the Myth, the Viagra. In this episode, Big calls Carrie his girlfriend, which leads to
literally
much.
the bare minimum.
just
Samantha
talking
is
about.
seeing a 72-year-old millionaire. Carrie wants Big to meet her friends. That's another huge plot. And for me, the most important thing in Sex and the City history happens, and I'll explain why this is such a big deal for me. Miranda meets Steve.
I thought you were gonna be like Donald Trump is in this.
Okay,
No, just Miranda meeting Steve.
Okay, are you a big Steve head?
Sorry. I love Steve so much.
Me too.
I love also the Miranda Steve dynamic.
Yep.
Like, I just like, I don't think he was like taking her power at all. Like, I think he truly was like showing her like you can trust and you can soften up and you can be you, but you can also like ask for help and lean. Like,
this did remind me a lot of you. This episode,
and I'm so like, when I met the guy I've been with now for 2 years, like I was just so cynical and like pushing him away, and he just like didn't go. And this is like, it's so Steve. And today I was watching this episode and he was sitting next to me and we're just watching it. And then he turns and I was like, isn't it us? And he was like, God. Are you okay?
Really
he was
sweet.
like, yeah, like it's similar. But I was like
really nice.
Moved. Like,
the end with the rain. That's crazy.
And I first want to thank you because I was watching this episode. I was like, wait, they gave me the best one.
It's really good. It's a good one.
Also, I have watched Sex and the City out of order so many times. Just like if there's a marathon on E or like, oh, I really want to watch this episode. I'm bored. I'll start in the middle of like season 5, whatever. I would say this is my first time probably in like order watching season 1 and season 2. And like, I didn't know that was a surprise to me that I was meeting Steve.
I was kind of surprised.
I was surprised too.
I was like, she's at the bar, and I was like,
I like forgot that this is
the bar.
Yeah,
we're like, we know this bar. I know what's about to happen.
Yeah, I'm such a Steve head too. I'm like a huge Steve fan.
Yeah, he's just like so like confident in himself, and also like gentle and like loving, like he's like, you're not going to be like rude to me. Like, you're not going to embarrass me in front of your friends. Like,
that was
I
nice.
came here. I like you. Like, stop treating me like this. Like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But he's also like, I like you. I want to see you. Like, well, I'm showing up at your house. Like, it was so, like, I love Steve.
I love Steve so much. Yeah.
Look at all capitals.
No, I know.
And look. Miranda the cynic and Steve the optimist.
This is
hard. Look at this. All capitals. Steve is here.
I said all caps. OMG, Steve. This ep is crazy. I'm screaming.
I literally.
Okay, this ep is everything to me. Steve is hot.
This looks like a diary episode. The heart.
Yeah, it really does.
Same.
I was
like Steve tattooed on your ass.
I should. Steve.
Honestly.
I should get Steve and Wolf. That's my boyfriend's name.
Yes. Oh my God.
I actually feel like he would say like, why don't you just get my name?
Maybe don't get Steve.
Maybe.
But like also, and like if Wolf and I break up, like we'll need to scrub this episode from the internet, okay? Because like what I'm about to say would be embarrassing if we don't work out. Okay. This was even separate from now realizing like how similar I can be to Miranda and how like similar Steve is to my boyfriend. Like before that, growing up, I loved Steve and Miranda. So then to see that like I'm in a relationship that's like so similar to how they set up, and like maybe that's just what happens from growing up watching that show, whatever. But I was like, oh my God, like I'm with my Steve.
You're gonna have a little redheaded baby.
I'm gonna have a little redheaded baby, and I guess we are gonna break up for a bit. You know, and there's going to be some on again, off again.
And then in the end, you're going to be a lesbian.
But it's so comforting to know that. But maybe that's our story.
You're going to be with Shay.
I want to be your sister wife. Maybe we both end up a lesbian.
There we go. How old would you go? Sorry, a little off topic.
No,
I'm just curious.
It's funny because I was thinking about that from this episode. And, you know, I was in a very like committed relationship for like 4 years, and then we like broke up like a year and a half ago. And so I like thought when I moved to New York, I was like, I'm not gonna date because I thought we were gonna be married. So recently, you know, like obviously it's like been like a year and a half, and I'm kind of now I'm like, I feel like I used to be like a little bit like I would never do that like with an older guy, like bah. And now I'm kind of like I totally would. And I actually, this is fun because it has to do with the tour. I was recently giving the tour. I was approached by an older man. And he did ask me out. He was not cute though. And his texts were creepy. And so I just said no.
Yeah.
If he's listening to this, sorry.
How old was he?
I think he was like in his 40s, but like I would go to 40 probably like, I don't know, probably like 50 is like my limit.
I think the
Okay.
oldest
Yeah.
I've gone is 43.
Okay.
43.
Mhm.
I mean, are either of you like similar to Samantha where like the money and the presents would keep you there? Or are
See-
you too grossed out by the age?
See, that's the thing. Like, this guy was kind of like, let me take you out and like,
He's like, I'll buy you an
Uber you.
island. Like,
Yes.
oh, your guy.
No. Oh, yeah. No. yeah. This guy was like, I'm going to.
Now I get it.
In Samantha's world, it's an island. To me, it's an Uber
He's
from
gonna-
Brooklyn.
I'm gonna
And I'm
Uber
like,
you
that's an
home.
island.
I'm gonna let you use my Seamless app.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, I'm
That's
listening.
huge though. That's nice. The Ubers are nice.
Yeah.
it's nice.
But yeah, I don't know.
Sorry.
Like, I don't know if I would go all the way up to the age of my father. Shout out, my father is turning 75
Oh.
in 2 days.
And I think also
Thanks,
like,
Dad.
I don't know
But I would
your
not do
dad,
that.
but like, it's probably got to be unsettling to be a parent
Oh my
and be
God.
still alive, and then your child dates someone the same age as you. Like,
That would be insane.
it must just be an unsettling fact to learn. Like,
Yeah.
like, but I felt in this episode, I never understand when Samantha's a girl who's like wowed by like jewelry and presents and money because she's
Yes.
so famously like well off and in charge of her own business and fine on
Yeah.
her own.
Mhm.
Like her like screeching at showing the diamonds, like I don't
I
know.
know.
It felt a little. I feel like
but it tracks. It
We've
tracks a
realized
little
in
bit,
this though that like I feel like sometimes they flip flop on Samantha,
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
on what she's into.
Mhm.
I was kind of, I know this might sound bad about me, but like, I feel like if I was already in the bedroom, I feel like I would just have done it. Like, I don't know if seeing his ass, like, if I've already gone this far, we've made out,
Mhm.
like, you're half naked. Like,
His pants are off. Yeah.
I don't know if
Yeah.
seeing his ass, like, at that point, even if part of me was like, I'm not sure about this, like,
Right.
I don't know if I would have left, especially if I would learn the maid is gonna like slam the door in
Yeah,
my
wow.
face. I didn't really like this maid. Why doesn't she just fuck this guy?
Yeah.
She seems to know the routine that's happening over there.
Yeah. His butt wasn't that bad either.
I thought it was a little
like,
harsh.
It was kind of like, it was a little floppy.
It was a little
but-
flabby on the inside.
Yeah.
Near the crack.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a little like,
I have a fun fact about the saggy ass guy.
wow.
me.
So this is actually a stop on the tour because we
Saggy
start
ass?
at the plaza. Yes. And so I was like totally shook when I'm watching this episode. I'm like, oh my God, this is literally a stop on a fucking tour.
Wow.
So we
Wow.
start like on Fifth Ave, like right across the street from the plaza.
Mhm.
Also totally forgot this was the Donald Trump episode.
Me too.
And
Lots of jump
yeah.
scares between Steve and Donald Trump, which was
huge
yeah.
jump
surprises.
scares.
It's-
Yeah.
I got nervous because this episode, there's a couple episodes I'm learning are like so new to me. And I was
Mhm.
like, does Samantha go out with Donald Trump? And I forgot it. But thank God he left and then comes over saggy ass. So I was like, oh,
I
we're
was worried
fine.
too.
But sorry,
Yeah.
back to
Yeah.
your tour.
No, it's okay. Yeah, so the tour, it starts at the plaza, and that bar that she's in at the beginning is the Oak Bar, which is the bar at the plaza. And so I actually talk about saggy ass guy like every time I do the
day.
tour.
Oh my
Wow.
God.
And so I'm told the guy who, was cast as the millionaire guy's Ed, right? It's like his
Yeah.
name, whatever. Ed, he apparently had a pretty nice ass, and they had to get a butt double for him.
Oh my God. Imagine having to be the
That
butt
sucks.
double. Like, you have a
Yes.
shitty ass.
Wait, that sucks for Ed. That guy is like an actor being out in the world.
Yeah.
Like, I assume that's his saggy ass. And now he's this old guy who actually has a nice fit ass.
No.
And everyone who sees the episode thinks he's that saggy ass.
In the
Mhm.
credits, though, do they say saggy ass man?
Maybe.
we'll have to check.
Yeah.
We'll have to
We'll
find
have to
out
do
who
roll,
that.
that
roll a
is.
clip. No.
Roll it out. Wow,
So,
that's good for real life Ed though, for having a nice
Yeah.
72-year-old ass.
Yeah, but apparently the guy who was the butt double was actually like he had always wanted to be on TV, and he was like happy about it. So
Oh.
I know
That
it's kind of
works
like heartwarming.
I feel like I
That's
still would have
nice.
been a little like so aware of the role I have.
Well,
Oh,
was he
yeah.
like he was older, and this is probably the
He's
role
like,
he
you know what? I
got.
want to be on
Wow.
TV. This
This
is
is-
what I'm.
this
This
is
is my
what-
gig. Like, I guess if I really like, I really want to be on TV. If they were
Mhm.
like, we need someone, and then they pointed out like something I'm insecure about, they're like, we need someone with cellulite to walk across the screen. I guess I'd be like, yeah, you know what? I got to get that paycheck. Like,
Yeah.
I'm the girl with cellulite.
Yep.
This was filmed in a Trump-owned building, which is why they had him in the first place.
Oh no way.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So they actually regretted having him,
wow.
but it was like one of his buildings, which is why
Um,
they invited him onto the scene.
Oh my
Also, I really never watched Donald Trump on anything until he was like running for president.
Mm-hmm.
It's so weird that he's always had that type of hair, but at some point had so much more of it. Like that he has that. I was really like taken back at the hair going like down the back of the coat,
like
a little bit.
mullet.
I was really like, I never watched like, what was his show? The Apprentice. Like I never was like in seeing what he was up to before then. I was well too aware of what he was up to. And he always had that weird thin hair, but long.
He's really gross. His whole vibe, it's like he's not playing a character. Like,
no, he's just like getting off of being Donald Trump and then walking out. But okay, I feel like we all must talk about his 3 comedians.
Yes.
Miranda at the comedy club. What did we think? What do we think about the way they portray comedy clubs on TV?
I kind of thought it was pretty accurate.
If you're
for
uptown,
like a guy, like a straight man, like uptown.
It made me really hurt for her. He was being so just
he's like,
mean.
I fuck you.
Oh my God.
Like,
it was so like a jump scare of horror in that whole scene, honestly.
Right. And he walks off the stage and holds the mic to her. Then he takes the phone and is like laughing about the fact that learning that Miranda's on a date with a guy who has a wife. I was like, I think we all know comedians love crowd work, but I was like, this feels like bullying.
It was,
I feel like
there's
we
almost
passed
like
crowd
a
work.
cusp of like, is it bullying or are you participating in the crowd work?
Right.
Yeah.
I've been noticing that recently.
I know.
I've been
I actually was like at a show like fairly recently where like somebody was like brought on stage and they were like, oh, what? Like they were talking about like his dating life. This guy's like dating life. And he was like, oh yeah, I was like talking to this one girl, but like blah, blah, blah. And they like called her. And I was kind of like, wait, what? It like brought me to the scene. I was like, don't call this poor girl. And she was like so confused.
Right.
They're like holding it up to the mic. I'm like, don't.
I don't like that.
We're not going viral on TikTok.
When they
like,
were doing that in this
that's-
episode, I was like, we're crossing a couple lines.
Mhm.
But I guess it tracked with then Carrie described where they are at a comedy club and when she say a modern day hell.
Yeah.
And I was
Yeah.
like, honestly, if you're at the wrong one,
It can be
it
that.
can be a modern day
It really
hell.
can.
Yeah.
I also think we're in a moment with comedy
Mhm.
where like comedians can't tell. There's like crowds that like want to be picked on. Like people go to shows to get spoken to.
Mhm.
Right.
And there's people that like, no, I really just want to like watch you do your set. I just want to laugh.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're just in this in between where like comics are just like laying into the audience. It's like some people love it and other people, it's just miserable. Like it's just
Mhm.
not. I mean, I don't want to be spoken to at a comedy show.
Yeah, me neither, honestly.
It also feels weird when you're a comedian. They're like,
Yeah, you're like,
bouncing
I
off
know
of
what's
you.
going on here.
Yeah.
I want to say like, I'm a comic. Like, please
yeah.
respect our business.
Yeah,
and
right,
leave- and leave me
Respect
out
the
of
art.
this.
No.
Leave me out of this one.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, he was a huge asshole, but I also the way everyone was laughing in the background, that was like
That was even worse.
it was like
Oh, yeah.
that also, because then that hypes him up and then he keeps doing it.
every joke they did the generic him just saying like sexual stuff,
yeah.
but every one they gave a full crowd laugh at.
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
was
they're like,
like,
cackling.
I was
that
like,
was
this
the only
is-
thing not accurate.
yeah. I was
Yeah,
like,
he was
silent.
getting a lot of laughs but we
For
see
nothing.
that throughout the entire, and just like that even some
Mm.
people are getting laughs.
they
that
love
do
to
not.
give big
Oh, yeah.
laughs for no joke.
Oh my God. Yeah. All the stand-up
Yeah.
scenes in it, just like that. I'm
It's like
I had a friend who was on it, who was an extra.
oh my
Oh,
God, no
really?
way.
Bodega. Yeah. She was,
I can't
she had-
believe I didn't
she
get
said
to talk
she
to her
had
about
to.
that.
She said she had to watch it over and over and over again because they had to keep doing the cuts. Anyways, do you what did I write? I said really need an Ed right now, sugar daddy. That's what I wrote.
Really need an Ed right
it was
now.
really hard to watch this right after
Sugar daddy.
the financial meeting. I was like, I need an Ed right now.
So like if an Ed, a big saggy ass comes up to you
Right now,
who
yes.
needs Viagra,
Whatever. Yep, I'm down.
You're fine.
That's fine.
You're
Ed
in.
seemed nice,
It's fine.
honestly. Like I was
Yeah.
kind of like,
I
he's
just
kind of a
didn't-
fun guy.
I
wouldn't-
wouldn't like the big
I wouldn't, like,
pocket of
talk about
Viagra
it.
comment.
I wouldn't
Oh, yeah,
talk about
yes.
it. I would just get it done, do it, get the money. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Sounds like
Sounds like a problem.
yeah. I would just,
Very-
I'm not talking about it. I'm going in. I'm just getting the job done. Like I don't know.
It's a job.
Sounds like Ed like really liked Samantha. Like I think he
Yeah.
wanted her to like stay over.
I would get whatever work needs to happen.
So if a saggy, is there
Mhm.
something equivalent to a saggy ass that would drive either of you out the door on an older man?
stinky breath,
I think if they, oh wait, remember in
or like smelling like a mothball,
yeah.
Mm.
like which sometimes old people do.
I
Yeah.
also think any like, and this is maybe mean, but as
Teeth.
like the age discrepancy. Like when I'm that age, like we'll both cross that bridge together. But like I think if there was ever like a moment that was stopped being sexy to like help him get into the position he wanted to do.
Yeah, that would be
or
hard.
like switching something, I think would just be like, you know what? It would really take me out of it. Like you could have a tight ass for like a 72-year-old, but like if you needed my help, like sitting you up a little bit for what we were going to do, like I feel like that would take me out of it.
Yeah.
I would say like noises for me. Noises for me in general, actually. Like I'm kind of like if something is like done or said that I'm kind of like wet.
Yeah.
I'm like, why are you doing it like
I mean,
that?
when they were growling.
That was crazy.
Oh yeah, what?
That
what
was
that about?
really-
The growling, I would be like, no, that's okay.
Like, that's enough now.
Yeah.
And you could tell Samantha was a little uncomfortable. She was like,
like,
doing
was.
a little shimmy away from him,
Mhm.
but she just gotten all those diamonds. I
The
can
diamonds were
understand.
crazy.
I can understand.
And the
They're beautiful.
meal.
I was dying at that maid though.
The
The
maid.
maid standing
pushing her
there,
out.
whose job is to reveal the diamonds for another woman. Like
She's like,
And she's probably seen it so many times.
I mean, she really, the door literally hit Samantha on her way out.
yes.
Another huge plot in this episode before we get into the only thing that matters in this episode
mhm.
is the Carrie and Big of it all and the Carrie blowing off Miranda.
That was so
And the
she's
way
such
that
a bad
Carrie
friend.
She's such a
handled
bad
it
friend.
was so
She's
rude.
so rude. She's like, she's like, can I please speak to Miranda now? It's like
You're
bitch,
speaking
can
to
I-
Miranda.
Yeah, and you're being really mean.
And she was like,
awful.
well, Big got veal. Like, what?
Yeah, it's
and
she's
also
the worst.
it's not like she called Carrie and was like, not like Carrie called Miranda an hour or two ago and
Yeah.
canceled. Miranda's sitting her ass at the bar waiting for you to get dinner with you. And then she calls you and you're not even the one who called her. Like you didn't even remember the event. And then there was no apology. Like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm with Big. And then when she's like, I just can't get into this now. I was like, this is Carrie's world. And like,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was really I felt really bad for Miranda, and it's very clear these are like the peak Carrie moments of like, you know, those
Yeah.
memes that are like Carrie makes it all about herself. This was a perfect example.
oh my God,
of
this was
that.
completely that. And also
Yeah.
like, I don't know, like this is right after the wedding episode where Big literally like ruined the night for Carrie and what was important to her. And now you're blowing off Miranda. And I'm like, I don't know. I mean, Carrie and Big in this episode really pissed me off because we know the whole episode that Carrie wants Big to meet her friends. And then when it's time to meet the friends, he doesn't want to go last minute.
Right.
Yeah, which also what? It's raining
Yeah.
outside and I've been out all day. It's like every day of my life.
Also, like
Yeah.
you're in New York, you have
Yeah.
no choice but to be out all day. That's just
He's a
part of-
driver.
right? Get in the
Yeah.
car.
Get in your
bitch.
fucking car.
The rain shouldn't have been bugging
How
you.
important is it to you that your partner is like friends with your friends?
Yeah, it's pretty important
Really?
for sure. Oh yeah, no,
like
if my
full friends or just on good terms
I would say like
or like
he has to be able to hang, like for sure.
Really?
Yeah, I mean like, and also I had an ex who was like always like super just like was just like jealous in a way where it was just like even if I was like with my friends, he'd be like, well, like I don't feel included. I'm like, you have to know when to like like feel like you're part of it, like be hanging out with us and like contribute to the group, but also when to be like, maybe she's just like hanging with her friends right now, and like
Right.
maybe that's not really my thing.
'Cause
Like
I
so
think
maybe don't being like too
sometimes
close.
Yeah.
It's a tough territory when the friend's partner joins the group.
Mhm.
It's like then things get a little sticky.
Right.
I feel like meeting the friends. I do not feel like I don't feel any need for Wolf like he is with some of my friends, but like I don't feel any need for him to be in the group or at every hang like that. I feel like that's not what I like want. But I would if I had friends who were like Big. Oh my God, not Big. Wolf. Is what I would say. Like Wolf was like
Yeah.
rude or he had an attitude. Like that would be a turn off. I'm like, you don't need to be the friends with everybody and you don't need to be in the group. Like I love having like my own separate things. But if my friends like were dreading me bringing him or like thought he was like annoying in the group setting when he's
That's
there,
hell.
that would be a red flag. I would need
Yeah.
everyone to just be like neutral about him. Like we love him for you. we don't need to be his best friend, but we're always happy to see him.
We all
Yeah.
got massages together, and that was fun.
That was fun.
Okay, wait.
He's
I
a little
love
bit in the
that.
group. He's a little
You're
bit
like,
in
he's not really even.
He's not in the group. We just always get massages as a group.
Of course.
Yeah, no, I was like trying to talk to him while he was.
He was like, and like we had literally had able to have a full conversation while we got the massage. And then when he got it, I guess maybe it was a little more intense than he was expecting. He was like, I can't really talk right now, Nora.
Like,
Like,
and I kept being like, "Speak up! You got to speak up, Wolf."
they were both getting massaged. And I was just watching them Nora try to talk to Wolf. And then
That's
Wolf
insane.
at some points wouldn't respond because he was like, I just want to get massaged. And Nora was like, Wolf, did you hear that? Oh,
I have a problem where like if my friend's dating someone, I like immediately just get way too comfortable around.
well,
them.
no, but I like that. And
It's
like,
like,
also I
we're
like
all
seeing the
dating
way
right now.
We're all
Wolf
dating.
reacts to that, you know?
Uh-huh.
Like if Wolf was telling me like we need to set boundaries with Nora, I'd be like,
Ew.
okay, you
Mhm.
know? But he's
Mhm.
like, he sits at the massage and he has the conversations with you, even though he probably wanted a silent massage and he says nothing about it and he's
Mm.
on his way, you
Yeah,
know?
he was a good sport team player.
Yeah.
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 When that was the night him and I were supposed to hang out. And we and I was like, he was like, hey, like when should I head over? And I was like, oh, I forgot to text you. I'm at the massage parlor with Nora. Meet us here.
And then I was like, take off your shoes, Wolf. You're gonna want this. And he's
literally, he got in and we were like, shoes off. We were like, we have another. They were
Yeah.
like sick of us. Probably not.
Where
We
was
were
this
there
massage parlor?
It's right over here and it's so
Wait.
cheap. It's like
It's amazing.
$8 for a 10-minute back massage.
Oh my god.
Insane.
Are they open right now?
$25
I'm
for
going
a
after this.
$45 $25 for a 45-minute foot rub.
Wait,
It's insane.
it's here?
It's
Yes.
next to my house.
It's insane. It's
I'm
a crazy
going.
place.
And I hadn't gone there until Nora was like, wait, we need to go in here.
I love getting massages.
It was
I
really
need one
nice.
so bad.
I like literally. I used to do this thing where every Sunday I would get a massage.
As it should be.
Yeah.
that's
You should do
nice.
That
that.
was when I was making
Maybe
big
I
cash.
should start getting that $8 massage every Sunday.
You should. I
That would be
it was
10-minute
when I was
back
making
rub.
more money.
Do
Now
it.
I don't do it, but I at the time I was like Sundays massage.
But like if I skipped like buying a coffee on Friday, I can
Yeah.
get an $8 massage on
could.
Sunday.
You could.
I mean, I guess I actually could do both. I could afford like what is that, $13?
Yeah,
Like,
no,
I have
no.
that.
I think getting a massage should be more like it's like getting a drink. Like it's like
Yeah.
it's so good.
Well, I think people think if they're getting a massage, they're getting like a full body 1 hour fully naked. And it's like, no, you can just get like a 15-minute foot rub or like
well, that's what I did every Sunday. Was I did the full body naked.
Yeah, I was
But,
about
like,
to say,
what?
I don't know. I would be going full body
What?
naked.
every Sunday you were naked getting a full body massage. You must have been so zenned out.
I
That's
I was
awesome.
actually really stressed out. And so I felt like on Sundays I needed because I was so stressed out about my job.
Did it help?
Yeah, it was just like a day where I would just like I was like, okay, I'm
The
getting this
hour
massage.
Oh my god.
It's Spring Garden. Well, I'll take you if you want. It's $45 for an hour, and they do hot stones.
Take me there.
And it's
Hot
great. We
stones?
can all go.
Oh
I've
my God,
taken
let's
a lot
go.
of people actually. It's not like luxurious by any means,
No,
but
it's
they
fine.
they like beat you up.
I want to be.
But I was
wanna
so
be beat
anxious
up.
I don't
about
wanna be
work
beat up.
and like
I don't know if I'll go to this one.
no, it's nice. Like
I really
it
enjoy
was just like
that.
I was so anxious about work and like life and I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't know.
No,
I
no,
just
no,
like I just was like I
now-
needed
now
like
I
a
get it.
de-stressor to look forward to every Sunday.
I
Right.
just wasn't picturing that. I was picturing the way you said that you get massage all the time. I thought we were talking about what we did around the corner. But
Yeah,
now
now I
to
don't-
learn
now
that it was the naked full
Life
body.
is different now.
Yes.
Life is different now. Like now it's
I think
different.
the person I am, like, I just like, I dread the full body nudity naked massage just because it seems like such an ordeal. And I guess maybe if they could come to my house. Because
That would be awesome, a
it's
house
the,
call.
It's the getting dressed
Yeah.
and undressed and redressed.
I don't
and then
take off my
moving
underwear.
through the city after you've
yeah.
You
Ben-
got all the oils on you.
right,
I
like
kinda
Yeah,
like that.
oils on
Oh.
the
oh,
train.
really?
I like it just I don't take off my underwear though.
Oh yeah, no.
Because
I
I
wouldn't
just
do that.
I leave oh
I've
okay.
done that.
You take off your
I
underwear.
think I've only ever taken it off.
I usually leave it on because I'm always I just don't trust like that. Well, actually, recently the last massage I got, I went to Chinatown and I was like, we're gonna keep the underwear on. We're gonna keep that situation on. But guess what? The massage over the sheet. I was kind of like,
Oh,
no, but that's not a massage.
That
No.
sucks.
Not a massage. I did get beat up though, so I got what I wanted, but it was over the fucking sheet.
That sucks. That
so the
sucks.
more we talk about this, the more I'm like, okay, maybe I do want an Ed in my life
yeah,
to be like
so
paying
you can
for this
get
constantly.
the nice naked. There's not even
Naked,
a sheet
oily-
in the room, oily
I'm
massage.
big.
Yes.
So I'm double jointed and I'm
Ugh.
always
Sorry.
No,
It's
it's okay.
scary.
I'm like always like stretching and like
Yeah.
trying and like I'm very touchy and like I don't know.
Mhm.
I'm always like rolling around on the ground and stuff.
Right.
And so if some like massages are like very exciting for me.
Mhm.
And so I was seeing someone who was massaging me and I didn't even really like him that much, but like when he was giving me those massages, I was like, we are gonna stay together for a little bit here. Like this is crazy.
That-
hot.
Like I
mean,
liked
I
it
think
more than
that's-
like sex. Like I
I mean,
literally am like,
that's
this is
so
great.
fair.
I mean, I feel like massage. I mean, not to like. I'm not trying to like sexualize what they're doing, but like massage porn is like a pretty popular.
I literally
porn,
was
like,
so happy, and I was like,
and
I was like, okay,
women
just do it for like another
specifically-
hour, and then yeah, fine, we can have sex after. But
And I feel like women
like, I need
specifically
this.
like sometimes are with guys where there's no
Yeah.
like intimacy before, and it's like if a
Ugh.
guy were to give me a massage before we
it's
hooked up,
so
like
amazing.
oh my god, it's 8:52.
He said he specialized in migraine massage. Sorry.
Oh my god, it's 8:52, and I haven't talked about Steve.
Oh, we have to talk about.
Specialized in migraine massages, which was really helpful.
That's really
It's like a very
Ooh.
specific on my neck.
It's in the neck.
Yeah, like on
It's
my
not the
neck.
top of the head.
Yeah,
No,
isn't
it just
I
go-
had
you
a
would, like, go
horrible
like
headache today
this.
because of my neck. Yeah.
And then yeah, it
I had a
was
headache
nice.
all day. I think
You
I
have
may
to do
go
it
to
in
the
your neck.
massage place.
We're gonna go after
It's-
this.
Let's
You
go
wanna
after
know?
Yeah,
this.
we made it. Fine,
Okay.
okay.
I didn't remember, but I'm happy to go
Um,
because I'm not going home yet.
My financial advisor wouldn't be very happy, but he's not here.
What he doesn't know won't hurt
He
him.
doesn't know.
Okay, for me, best part of the show has officially started. Also, for everyone watching the show, like in order, like Miranda's had a really rough couple of episodes as a single woman. And now Steve has arrived.
Knight in shining armor.
And
Ugh.
he is
Yeah.
cute
best.
and he like is flirty, but he's also like, don't be rude to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's so confident in himself. He's so into Miranda exactly as she is.
Loves
Okay,
her.
Ugh.
this is the Steve that I like. This Steve.
Who do you wait, who do you hate?
As we move forward with Steve, he becomes a little wimpy.
When?
Like just as we progress
I
into
guess
the
you-
series. Like
I
she-
do agree.
Like I think this is cool. And like I'm not saying he needs to like dominate her and be bossy, but like more just like holding his ground and being like, hey, like don't be mean to me. Like I like that.
Mhm.
But like
No, it was like sexy in this
later-
episode because like Miranda is someone who either pushes men away or whatever because she like won't drop like the way she does things or the way she talks or the way she like chooses to be like so like blunt and negative. Like that's her downfall. So to have Steve kind of show up and is like, you can't talk to me like that. Like I really like you. Like
Yeah.
why can't you
Mhm.
just drop this wall so we can
and they
hang
had great
out?
sex like on a first
She comes
try.
twice.
That's great.
I'm like, what?
It was
First try.
amazing.
That's great.
Which boyfriend do you or husband do you like the most out of everyone?
I would say it's funny because I really love Steve, but
Mhm.
honestly,
choice.
also like Harry. I mean, he's not in the picture yet, but like when Harry came into the picture, I was like, this guy is
Yeah.
everything to me.
He's
And
great.
as you guys have discussed, Charlotte is kind of the winner of the
Mhm.
show.
Mm-hmm.
And I would describe myself as Carrie Charlotte. And like
Mm,
sometimes I'm kind
Nice
of like
combo.
Charlotte, like I would, even though I don't really like identify as Miranda, I'm like, I feel like I would either end up with a Steve or end up with a Harry.
Yeah.
But like for me, when I see Big, I am kind of like, he's hot, even though I'm toxic. But I'm
And
kind
we
of
were
like,
saying
so am
in
I.
this season,
So-
he looks a little extra hot. Like
oh yeah, he's
Yeah.
extra hot.
I don't know what's
It's his
going
hair.
on.
He's cutting. He cut his hair.
It
It's
looks
really nice.
so nice, but
He
he
looks
has
very
that,
clean.
and he has that build where he's like looks thick, like he's like a
Mhm.
bigger guy, but like he's not. Like he still looks toned. Like
Mm.
he's like a linebacker almost.
He's just so.
Sorry, that was embarrassing. I mean, you know the body I want to talk about is Steve's.
Steve's body
Oh,
is
okay.
insane. Also,
Okay.
wait,
Insane.
he has an amazing
And
body.
still
Have you seen the
insane.
butt on Twitter?
Of course.
What? No.
Sorry. Oh my God.
Obviously.
Don't even ask me something like that.
There's like a great shot of his ass that's now all over Twitter.
Oh, I have
From-
to see.
and just,
it.
like,
I'm not
that,
even
I
on Twitter
think.
and I got it.
From
and
it just like that.
I think it's from And Just
So
Like
like
That.
recent.
Recent
it's a
ass.
recent
See
butt.
if Steve actor who's Steve. I forget his name.
Dave.
Something.
Steve.
Steve. He's Steve to me. That's exactly
They
what
know
I'm
who we're
calling him.
talking
Dad.
about.
Don't even care.
Yeah.
If he came up to me on the street tomorrow and was like, "Hey, do you want to fuck?" I'd be like,
Oh,
"Absolutely."
yeah.
Duh.
Yeah.
But like for
I'm like,
actors, I feel
oh
like
my
it's a little
God.
different. Yeah.
he's not, he starts to really piss me off
Fair.
throughout the
I just
seasons, but I don't want to yuck your yum. I know
Seeing-
you really love him.
and like I obviously am having a situation where I'm seeing me and my current relationship in Steve and Miranda.
Right.
It's
So I'm like
cute.
over attached. Like
Right.
I saw like the movie I saw like when my dad passed away, like when anyone had something bad to say about it, I was like so hurt and I was like, no. Like they can like dislike this movie. Like you just have an
Yeah.
attachment to it. So
yeah,
like
yeah.
I think I'm having that. Like I was sobbing watching this episode
Oh,
when she runs out into the rain for him.
it's great.
It is
It's-
a really amazing part.
And she hasn't gotten a moment where like she shows us that side of her yet.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because I think what I love the most about their relationship and also what like I connect with is like Miranda keeps showing Steve these sides of her that she's been taught and she's learned like no one likes and she needs to hide, she needs to put away. And she just keeps showing them and he's just like there. He's like, I'm not going anywhere. And
So
it's just
great.
like, and he's so hot.
Mhm.
And that voice.
Miranda?
Oh, you don't like the
I'm like-
voice?
I'm just like, mhm.
He does it for me. Do you think Wolf is similar to Steve, or have I made this up in my head?
No. I see the dynamic there.
Okay.
And I don't not like Wolf. I'm not, that's not what I'm
Oh no, I don't think
no,
that.
no,
I
no,
don't know. Not at all.
I'm not,
Oh my God.
no. I'm just saying like it's just, there's just something about Steve that I'm like, oh my God, like I can't.
And I know that scene when they're all at the table and Carrie's lying about how Biggs is
Mhm.
stuck at work or whatever.
Yeah.
And Miranda makes a joke about Steve and all the
So
girls
mean.
don't laugh. And she's like, what? Like no one can take a joke? Like I've like done that. Like been
Yeah.
making fun of
Mhm.
Wolf in front of a group and everyone is like, why are you doing that? And I was like, why am I doing that? Like, why am I being hurtful? Why am I pushing people away who just like want to love me? Like I was
Yeah.
like, oh my God, I know the scene, I know this moment.
Oh.
The most upsetting thing in this, the best part of this episode is Steve Miranda.
Mhm.
And now that this is ignited in season 2, my little hands,
You're like the most
like
thing.
I'm no longer on Miranda Gay Watch because I'm just on Miranda Steve train.
She's not
Yep.
gay anymore.
Last
There you go.
episode, Miranda
Yeah.
could have been queer. Not anymore.
Not anymore. She's
Pack
with
it
Steve.
up. But the editing at the end of this, when Big arrives, the editing, she spins around and it's like slow-mo in the twinkle. I was like, he showed up at the thing. He's late and showed up at the thing he said he'd come to.
He's
The
really
bare
he's
minimum.
Literally.
Yeah.
It's actually insane. And of course, I'm also sitting there and I'm like,
He arrived. And,
Terrible.
and I
Terrible.
will,
So
and I
nice.
will say, I'm glad. Like we needed it for Miranda because Miranda was
Yeah.
like, "Big sucks. People don't change."
Right.
And Miranda's like, now, like, okay, maybe people do change. I need to go
Mm.
kiss Steve in the rain. So let me guess,
Great.
you were icked out watching him with the head hung in the rain.
No.
Oh, okay.
I
He's so
Right
hot.
now,
Because
I
I was
like-
like, this is
Right
he's
now, I
sad.
like
He liked her
Steve.
so much.
Right now, I like Steve, but I just throughout the season, he
You
just
let me know
starts
when you
to-
start disliking.
I'll
him.
let
Mhm.
you know. Yeah, He
It'll be
just kind of
discussed,
starts
'cause I'll
kind of
disagree.
icking me. I'm like, come on, Steve, get it together.
Mm.
I think it's there just comes a point where it's like, you're really gonna let Miranda do that too again? Like, come on, stand up for yourself a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
Fight back.
Yeah, I don't know. I just like I think that at my core, I always just am after like a goofy guy. And like to me, I'm like, ugh, Steve and like Harry, I'm like two goofy
Harry's
guys.
totally different, but see, Harry's
Right.
fun and goofy,
Mhm.
but he pushes back a little bit sometimes.
And I
with
like,
Charlotte,
I
which
feel
I
like
appreciate.
I don't like to admit that I like that in a guy, but
Mhm.
like, I really do. Like,
I
if
really
someone
like when
doesn't
someone
keep
pushes
me
back
in
a little
check,
bit.
like,
yeah.
and like, yeah, don't keep me in check, like giving me like weird rules that go
Oh
against
yeah,
who
no,
I
no, no,
am.
no
Right.
rules.
But it's like when you get to that comfort level with a partner or with yourself, like you kind of just start doing things like how you want to do them. And like, it's
Yeah.
nice to be with someone who's like, I know you, like, this isn't you, like, this isn't how we work. Like,
Mhm.
let's reevaluate all of this.
I appreciate that because I can sometimes get a little wacky. So I just appreciate someone being like, okay, Nora.
You know
like,
what's
Yeah.
interesting about the meeting of the friends
Yeah.
is that in this series specifically, like
Mhm.
none of the guys are guys that are like part of the group. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like none of the men are like in the friend group. And I know that's because it's about these 4 women and it's a TV show. But it's like, I feel like in our culture, like our generation, like boyfriends and husbands are also like best friends and part of the clique. But I
Mhm.
feel like my mom's generation, like my dad didn't need to be friends with her friends. Like he
Yeah.
was there to be the husband. Like he
Mhm.
wasn't there to be like the best friend. He's just like in this show, like Carrie asking Big to meet her friends, like I got why it was important, but it's like their men aren't ever part of the group.
I think she
Right.
wanted validation
From
that
the
he
girls.
was, yeah,
Right.
that he was.
Yeah,
and-
she
and
wanted to
that
show like he's
something,
changed
yeah.
and it's fine now, and
I guess
he's
he
not going to hurt
did.
me.
I mean,
but-
he showed up.
One thing
Yay.
before we, yeah, he's really,
he
the
really
show-
did
he
what
literally
he
just-
said he would.
He was breathing. It was amazing.
I wrote on the bottom of the page, I hate Che.
For
One
no
last
reason.
thing, because we are at time, but I want to say one last thing. Carrie, this is the first time we see her using a cell phone.
Oh my God. Is it
You know
really?
what?
This is a crazy
and
episode.
Miranda. And
This is-
Miranda,
yeah,
she
this is
calls her.
Yeah, she's like,
Technology.
I call your machine.
Yeah.
And that even makes me even more pissed off that she ditched because it's like, bitch, you could have called her fucking
coulda
cell phone
called
because
her
this
cell
technology
phone. Yeah.
exists now.
Yeah.
Carrie just was hoping
It's
that she could
1999.
call the machine and get
Yeah.
out of it. Like call the machine,
Yeah.
leave the message, be like, I
Wow.
told you. I still blew you off, but I told you.
Yeah. I just, yeah, I was like, and
And
Carrie's
it's just a countdown
so-
until we get that pink glitter phone. Do you know the one she
Oh,
gets?
yeah.
Yes, yes,
Yep.
yes. We love that one.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
That was a great.
That
I
was
love
great.
that.
That
Do you have
was
anything
so
else you
happy.
want to add about the episode or the tour that you
yeah,
wanted to
anything
say?
about the tour?
Take the tour on
We will.
location. They're on Instagram, and every once in a while, I will go live on Instagram, and I
is
give
for us.
away. Yes, this is for you,
Pause, please text us.
and for
Yeah, text us when
everyone.
that
Also,
happens.
everyone can play. We do like
Sure.
trivia questions. You're like, sure.
I'm like, sure, but
They're not going to show
mostly
up.
us.
Yeah.
But yes, I will ask trivia questions,
Wow.
and whoever gets the most right gets 2 tickets to the tour for free. So
That's amazing.
Wow.
Come on down. Yeah,
Oh,
please do
during
it.
the live Instagram.
Yeah,
We
so
do
I
the
thought you
trivia
meant
question.
at the tour, then you get to go on the tour again for free.
Yeah, that would be wild.
Like they're lined up outside the bus. Like,
Yeah.
we got these tickets if you answer these questions.
It's wild because you would think that like no one's taken the tour multiple times because like why would you? Met a couple from Australia, the furthest place away ever,
Wow.
had taken the tour 5 times.
Oh.
And it was like one of the first times I'd ever given the tour, and I was like really fucking it up. But I was like, oh my
Feel
God,
like
they're gonna
this
know.
is not how it's done.
Time.
Yeah.
Now that makes me want to go on the tour. Like I want to know what it's like that this
We're
is something
going on
that,
the
like,
tour.
we
We're
need
getting
to
a
go.
private tour.
You have to.
I don't know if that
It's gonna be me and you in the van with Keith, the driver.
Yes.
Yeah.
Keith. Wow.
He's awesome. I think you might
Keith.
hate
That's
me.
why
It's
I
okay.
said Keith.
I know. That's why you said that. I love Keith Richards. We don't need to go down.
We know
that
he's not the
road.
driver.
His last
but-
name is Richard. No, it's not.
Oh my God.
It's like
Did you see my face? Like,
It's
my
not.
jaw
I
dropped.
literally was like, Keith Richards is my dream. I love him so much.
well,
Steve is
I
my
love
dream.
Keith.
And on that note,
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was episode 8. Shout out to my friend's basement studio where we record our podcast. Shout out to Becky Hermenzi, who helps with all our clips and running our socials and I guess not really our socials. Doesn't matter. Shout out to Becky. And I was like, I need to write down what I want to say about Becky because
she's
say
like
different.
she's
Our
really a
manager
gem.
in a way.
She manages us.
And shout out to Sean Curley for our intro and outro music. And thank you so much, Christine,
Oh my
for
God.
being on this episode.
Thank you guys for
Thank
having me. This was so much
you.
fun.
And go on
I
your
love
tour.
you.
All right.
Yay.
Bye.
Bye. Love you guys.
This is so